Engineer Mohamed Benson Bawoh, the Acting General Secretary.
Since for me coming as acting secretary general, when are some of the development that we don't take place?
Uh, we don't do a lot of things from administration, governance, infrastructure, and when they come to administration, we're able to conduct calls for Premier League clubs, male and female, the UEFA Assist program. We don't conduct club license um, calls for Premier League clubs. The club license process now for ensure that clubs now, for example, Kono Diamond Stars, Wemo Queens, if they want to register them players for CAF competition, they don't need to take them files them from Kono or from Wemo for SLFA headquarters, as they don't used to happen. They can stay in Kono or in McKinney, in Bo, wherever all the team they, and go online and do the process of registration of the club, in players, and complete the club license process. So that's one good thing hold on. Another thing hold on, who they roll out slowly, who don't get training on what we call the FIFA Connect. The FIFA Connect is a platform where they ensure to register all the players, all the officials with the in football. From age 12, or they begin to register the players to 14, 16, 17, as the case may be. What in this go to salon football? We all know, say for sure, that's one key problem we'll get. Now, dispute over players all of the time. One club they claim this player, the other club they claim this player. How do we resolve this problem? Now, for instance, say we get a database of all the players. So that database, the platform is available. We gradually now they roll out the database by way of having the clubs for register them players and they on the database. So when once it did it, you get what you call the player in passport. The player passport now the player in record from A to Z at the material time. Where they show which side this player be last play, which side it now, which contract to get with the person, if it's 6 months, if it's 1 year. So all the issues we get for the disputes regarding players to become 18 of the past. So then are the administrative aspect. Equally so, we don't do a lot of courses, we don't send we staff them outside this country. They also don't come down to trainers, for example, match coordinators, general coordinators of matches. Those are things we don't do, and gradually we implement them. In terms of competitions, we don't roll the biggest competition calendar ever this history do experience. Currently, we are playing 8 competitions all concurrently for the first time in the history of this country. We not ever experience that. We are playing under 12 for boys, under 14 for boys nationwide. We are playing Division 1, Division 2 for men's football. This year we don't introduce Division 1 for women's football. Remember last season, now we introduce women's football. Now only one division will be left. Now we get 2 divisions. They also play. Of course, the FA Cup big one, the Premier League, male and female. Remarkable. We never experienced that.
Okay.
In terms of governance, we don't look at and say we lost and weak. So and in order to modern standard. So we don't take efforts for ensure that we're able to review the statutes, and that process is ongoing. In the last 3 days, FIFA don't send a 2-man mission here for sit to the statute review committee for finalize the statute, and that has been done. We're now waiting for FIFA to give the final accreditation to the process, so that we will go ahead and get with extraordinary Congress for adopt the statute and also get the ethics committee. Most important of all are the infrastructure aspects. From Kono to Kenema to Bo to Poloko to Abu School to Academy, everywhere is active. What are we doing in Kono? Kono, we know say the stuff we don't wear out most parts. So that is going to be repaired. And the issue of crowd violence will always on the experience, we install a perimeter fence. So people can no longer go into the pitches for celebrate or for go attack referee and what have you. Would it be an opportunity for get more time for play? Because if you play a football match in Kono, for example, anywhere before we don't get perimeter fence, and they score 5 goals, you're going to lose about 10 minutes just in celebration for public players. About the perimeter fence, if the team go and celebrate, the match goes. So this means we get more time for play. In Kenema, we have already installed the floodlights. In Bo, the turf is being laid now today. Poloko is ready this weekend. Poloko, Biburia Warriors, they play host to Lamboy in Poloko on artificial turf.
Okay.
We don't welcome teams in Now the academy, the football grounds. We know all the last league matches don't play. Now they play. Approach
Okay.
school is on goal, so that's
I
what
just
we
want
are
to
on.
bring you back to two things that we make mention of.
Okay.
We know the much that gets more detail about the under 12, which is one, and you make mention, say, the law week for educate the public, which you have to talk about. We law them now.
Yes, the under 12 basically and under 14, they get three phases. Now, so design them for play because this is the first time we're introducing it. Again, it's an experimental case. If it works out well, we'll continue with it. If it not work out well, we'll design another model. We will work with for it because starting a process is very difficult. It's about trying to get it right. So in the process, you are liable to make mistakes until eventually you get it right and try not to get it wrong anymore. So the under 12 at this material time at the district space today. So all these 16 districts they play their own qualifiers. And after they play them qualifiers for both under 12 and under 14, they go to the regional phase. So those districts they produce their own champions and runners up, where as the case may be, for can play at the regional finals. The regional finals so they plan like a festival. Bring all the qualified teams of the respective district to one center and then they play a 1 week long of football activities and they get qualifiers from those respective regions. So that means we're going to have 5 stops for the regional finals, or you can call it 5 regional under 12 and under 14 festivals. We will play at the north, northeast, northwest, south, east, and western region. Yeah. And after which, those teams who they qualify from those zones, when are first and runner up, we will give you a total of 10 teams. They now play at the national phase, what they call the national festival. Again, would they bring the one around? It could be in Poloko, it could be in Kenema. Now we have many options. It could be in Apusco, it could be in Kingston, it could be in McCain, as the case may be, based on how we look at what's the greatest opportunity to go there in terms of body and lodging for the athletes and the atmosphere will go on for January for see that's way before play. So that's what the under 15, the under 12 and under 14 boys.
Yeah, the law. Which I forget education in that area.
What you say the law, what do you mean?
They say the law, naya week, and then they try for share more.
Okay, the law.
Yeah.
So what I say by that, what I say forget for example, if you look at the regulations for the Premier League, it's much more tougher today than it was 2 seasons ago because also it don't be reviewed. We're not going to rest on that. Based on all of which we experience also this season, pre-season for meetup 2024-2025, we'll review again. The areas that we will get, will not be able to cover, but the car will legislate again. This is how we grow. Anytime we get problem, can make law on it. If you can't be able to talk it, make law on it. You understand? For example, we have some issues within the FA Cup they play. You understand? Now we don't look for say we're going to make a standalone regulation for the FA Cup because it's a standalone competition. One of the FA competition and the biggest competition in the country. We get many teams who they play from Division 2, Division 1, and the Premier League. So it's the biggest competition in terms of number of teams who they take part in the competition. So you need to forget standalone regulation. So now the areas and in terms of the statute, it's been reviewed again. Now for ensure that we are in line with the modern trend, we're putting FIFA one because FIFA, CAF, and WAFU, these are our supervisors. So we have to our laws have to be in line with what they want. If you look at we started most other things they refer to the FIFA code, the FIFA codes. So now we don't devise a means wherein we're able to develop our own codes. We will guide the statute in line with the statute. We've done also for the electoral code and the standing orders of Congress, standing orders of Congress and the guidelines to Congress, how Congress will be conducted. So that no going to Congress, you are aware that if you go maybe some 2 or 3 years, how do I call it, 5 years back, 8 years back, with Congress is not fair to be effective. But fast track forward from the elective Congress and the last ordinary Congress we hold, it was very straightforward, very simple. So very simple, peaceful, accredited to be credible. So it is our responsibility to ensure that we're able to work on and the area make them better.
Okay.
That's why we work on it.
2 questions, then we go into a proper one. One, how the Sierra Leone Football Association, the football family determine the delegates, because I want to see somebody come up from the Blues. They say, I want to pick aspire for get the intention for SLFA presidency. And then again, they look at maintenance of this project of pitch there across the country. And one for make you explain in detail whether if then pitch there get a drainage, because he make mention of the one at Connor years ago, we were wearing the kind of setting at the same pitch. We sometimes and stop the game during season. How best not put all them things in place.
Okay, so all of them pitches there get hidden drainage, which means say they say it's not visible. If you not be, if you not get the how do I call it, drawing of the pitch, you're not technically inclined to look at drawing there. Now the picture where you can't see there, you go think say drainage on there. But you get drainage all around. Where they gather that water there and go to a particular chamber. It is there. And in terms of fields getting waterlogged, I mean, no amount of drainage not able to stop field from getting waterlogged, depending on the rainfall. If the rainfall is so heavy that the drainage able for container, it's possible to see the waterlogged everywhere in the world. This will happen. Yeah, so it cannot be unique to Sierra Leone. It just depends on the level of rainfall. But if the level of rainfall not high, you understand the drainage is good enough as per standard, for able for drain the water and give way for the players and play. So in terms of that area, it's well covered and well taken care
So what about the delegate?
of. In terms of delegates is the responsibility of the members. Yeah, not the way they manufacture delegates as a Sierra Leone Football Association when it comes to election. Yeah, it is the responsibility of the members for determining who that they represented. But what we've done cleverly is that we have been able to legislate so much so that of selection of delegates and presentation of delegates. Because over the years, what we done the experience is that uh, 1 week they will tell you that this person I represent, for example, Joseph FC, and then 1 week after, towards the election again, or whatever it is, they will tell you, no, it's not, or towards the Congress, they will tell you it's not just, it's not A anymore, it's B now that is going to represent Joseph. So we don't try for work around that and make a much more farmer, so that we're not able to go back and forth or no get situations where you have two delegates fighting for one position.
Finally, the area of the maintenance and our best project that we don't start be get into finishing point, because we don't see plenty time. A project they finish, and then there's no time frame where we see in the next 2-3 years the engineer they need for come back and do other things there.
Okay, so we get clear maintenance plan as per agreements with the contractors, and they also then portray groundsmen in terms of how for maintenance the field, in terms of brushing, because then artificial top layer they need brushing to ensure that the fibers they remain intact and make them much more the surface much more better. We don't get we get maintenance equipment then. Oh, they don't train groundsmen then for use on across, whether it is in Kenima, it is in Bo, local Apple school, and that process will go on. But over and above all, we set now as a federation, we dey go beyond just the maintenance for ensure that we have guidelines in terms of the usage of the facility. Because the tough, not to any kind of boots you dey use for play, not to any kind of gear you dey use for step on. So we now get the responsibility for ensure that we create the guidelines, which is ongoing, for ensure that we really educate the users of them facilities there and ensure that also in terms of the accessibility is really limited to a smaller group, rather than a larger group who will not be able to really keep a close eye on in terms of observation and monitoring.